Welcome back. It is Sergeant First Class Connor, your favorite Army recruiter, back to answer some questions. So, let me slide this down. All right, cool. So, let's get right into it. First question: do I think there is a possibility for side finger tattoos? So, I mean, no, but that doesn't mean you can't get a waiver for it. So it kind of depends on what the tattoo is, how big the tattoo is, and how visible it is when you have your hand closed. Okay, the most important hand is the right hand because that's our saluting hand, and that's the one they look at. They scrutinize a little more than the left hand. You're allowed to have a wedding band on your finger. You're allowed to have certain things on your finger if it's related to you being married. Instead of wearing an actual ring, some people just get tattoos. Those are allowed. Side finger tattoo, I've seen people with like mustaches right here and stuff like that. Funny, cool, I love it. But you definitely will require a waiver for that. I've seen some go through and some not go through. All right, but if it's small and it's on the inside of the finger, I mean, most likely you might get a waiver. Okay, but like I always say, go see your recruiter. Your recruiter will take pictures of the tattoo. They'll have you do a physical, all that good stuff, and then you can submit the waiver, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's kind of a 50-50 question because it really depends on your specific tattoo. Next question: can you join the Army with a sleeve? Okay, yes. All right. Like I personally, let me see. I got tattoos, right? I got friends who have their whole entire chest and legs and all that stuff tattooed, everything. As long as when you're wearing a uniform, right? Can't see it. You can't see that I got tattoos. You can't see any are coming above my collar. So yes, you can definitely join with a sleeve, and that's the Army. I can't speak for the other services. I think the Marine Corps is a little more strict on their tattoos. The Navy, is more like us. They're not as strict, but still, again, you can join the Army with a sleeve. Okay. Skull tattoos on hands. So I'm assuming that this individual has skull tattoos on your hand. That's a tough one, right? Because you are allowed to join with tattoos on your hands, but they basically generally can't be bigger than, the size of a nickel or a quarter. Okay, so if they're very small and they're skull tattoos, maybe you got a chance. But I would say, in all honesty, if it's big, you're not going to get in, man, or woman. Sorry, I don't know what your gender is, but most likely you're probably not going to be able to enlist with that tattoo on your hand if it's big. Okay. Again, like I always say, go talk to your recruiter. Go see what your recruiter has to say, and they'll steer you right. Okay. Ace of Spades tattoo disqualify. So, Ace of Spades tattoo, maybe. In your local area, is the Ace of Spades symbol a symbol of a gang? If not, then you're going to be able to, possibly pass through with that. Just make sure it's not anywhere where it's visible, right? And that you can articulate that, like, hey, this is not gang related, has nothing to do with crime or anything like that. And honestly, you should be fine. I've had guys with like their area code tattooed on them. Sometimes that can be seen as like a gang affiliation because you're affiliated with the area code, and sometimes gangs use that number as their gang symbol or whatever. Or sometimes with people get a crown, right? I know there's gangs that are affiliated with crowns, right? But if you can be able to articulate like, hey, I got this crown because I feel like my mom is a queen, or I don't know, whatever you want to say. But you got to be able to prove like, hey, this is not gang related. As long as you can do that, it should be okay. Let me see. A hand tattoo of the Betsy Ross flag. Will that hinder me? So we do get people in here a lot of times who have very patriotic, really cool tattoos. Okay, like American flags and American eagles and stuff. But if it's on a place where you can't have tattoos, while we do respect and we think those are super cool, the big bosses up top that approve the tattoos, I mean, they probably think it's cool too, but to them it doesn't present a professional appearance. So even though it's of American flag or Betsy Ross flag, whatever you want to put on there, and it's patriotic and it shows your love of the country, or of the military or whatever it is, it's probably not going to get approved. And again, though, if the tattoo on your hand is very small, I'm talking about dime sized, okay, no bigger than a quarter, you got a chance, okay? So if that tattoo of Betsy Ross is a real tiny one, you may have a chance. But if it's big, honestly, you have to get it removed, okay? So that's all the questions I'm going to ask for today. I'm going to try to keep this short, not too long. I'll be back with more answers to any of your questions about tattoos, about basic training, about deploying. I've been deployed. I've done everything you can do in the Army. I've been in the Army for 20 years already. So if you have any questions you want to ask, anything you're curious about, hit me up, okay? So thanks for watching. Peace.